Alright, let's give that a moment. Alright. For those watching on the VOD or just happen to click on exactly this moment, this is your host and commander. I'm just going to wait about 5 minutes before we kind of get going, and we're just going to kind of pregame the stream. About 5 minutes before doing anything, and just chatting at the moment. Like, I'm kind of rocking a pretty good vibe today. I just kind of want to wait until we have people here. Um, as we can see, I have the Chromebook out, and I have the Baofeng. And for those who have watched the early streams, this setup works for connecting to APRS, which I'll demonstrate in a bit. But like I said, let's see how we get here, because right now we are. I have never quite figured out if putting the stream up immediately is the right call, if to schedule it. Like, I've tried a couple different ways on YouTube, like at I didn't stream regularly on Twitch, but last time I used their platform, they didn't like the stream basically turned on the moment the stream came in. All right. Hey, we're up to 10 viewers. That is looking good. So, for those just joining, this is a Chromebook that I modified. I sorry, that's my train of thought derailing. I modified it last week. I have it currently showing screen, like I can type on it. It might be very small from where you're seeing it, so you might just have my voice commentary here. But when I type on my keyboard here, I can make it do things. So like we can do proc. Oh wow, that's a surprising amount of lag. Like I can do proc CPU info and type it here. Let me see how that looks on Streamlabs desktop. Yeah, that's blurry. Hold on, let me see if I can improve that. The problem is that the Chromebook screen is not particularly good, and it's the right. Yeah, like, see, I lose the shot if I zoom in anymore. Alright, I think we're just gonna have to live with it like that, and hope the commentary basically works out. So, in the corner of the screen, we have the Raspberry Pi. That's connected to the base station that is eventually going to go move into my car. I've had this radio for a while, and I like to actually be able to use it, at least semi-frequently. So, the problem, what I've discovered is basically with radio, audio go in one radio, come out other radio, and that be how it work. Um, you can use something called a terminal node controller to encode data into radio packets, and TNCs can either be in the form of hardware, as they were universally in the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s. Or they can be software like Direwolf, which basically listens to a sound card and makes audio coming out. So a lot of it comes down to how good your knowledge of sound engineering is. And what you're actually hearing in the background is the audio packet feed from the Raspberry Pi. So I should probably lower that a little bit. All right. Well, 12 viewers. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Like, I guess I kind of got used to having like 50 to 100 plus. But if I'm going to stream more regularly, the novelty is going to wear off. Because you can always catch the next stream. Like, I've been putting a fair bit of thought into this. And ultimately speaking, I'm hoping to edit this all into a video. Which will probably be my last video here in New Jersey. Plus, it's also helping me just keep my sanity. So, I think I should probably show what happened. I should probably, like, have this listen and tune to things right now. So, let me go to Direwolf. And then Direwolf C handheld. Actually, I think I want to turn... No, I do actually want the Morse beacon on for this. So C handheld. So we now see it's ready to accept connection. Let me turn the handheld radio on. So this is just a direct connection between... So I gotta make sure the volume is high enough. Squelch. Vox 1. I can see that it's a little clipped off on the terminal on the, hold on. I think if I just reduce the font size 1 notch. Yeah, okay, that works. That's progress. Hey, Santiago, Hormaz, Hormaz, I'm going to butcher it because it would be Spanish pronunciation. Oh, we just saw the radio beacon go off right there. You can see the red light on the radio went on. So, in theory... Okay, so now those two are now on the same frequency. So now, if I bleep a packet from the Pi, this should decode it. Yeah, I've been joining the APRS net. It's APRS Thursday because right now I'm in the process of moving. So realistically, I'm not getting above absolutely shit antennas. Although I actually got into QRZ the other day, and I really don't do. I don't generally call CQ just for the sake of CQ, but I did do a few. I had like a 2-week thing when I was living in what could best be described as a shoebox. I managed 80-meter operation in an apartment the size of a car. That is one of my most proudest feats as a ham radio operator. It was FT8, but I was heard. I got heard. I made it. It didn't go far, but I was heard a few hundred miles away. I also have confirmed contacts with Mexico, Canada, and Cuba, which makes me happy. Just to have him confirmed. Like, I'm trying to get the... Once I'm living in Oregon, I want to be on the air much more frequently. Like, it's nice to have a hobby that's not vintage computing. And because amateur radio by its nature is non-commercial, it's a lot like experiencing what the internet was like in the 90s. Like, the more I go down the rabbit hole, and this will be like a larger video in and of itself at some point. All right, so let me actually bleep a packet out of this. Yeah, okay. This is how long has this been running? Because like 6 days on a Raspberry Pi. I actually ordered an RTC for the Pi. Like I said, this is going to be small on stream. I'm partially doing it this way, so this is an easy way for me to get footage for... Well, I hate to say this. Amateur radio is not very visually interesting. It literally is watching thing turn on, thing turn off. But thing have no wires between them. All right, so if I bleep an APRS packet out here, that lights up. Yep, and I can see it on the screen, KD2J or T. And that's my APRS beacon. That's my standard beacon. I have a bunch of experimental Rust code that's been running. It is so far... I finally got all the crashes out of it. That took a few... The last 3 days have literally been all related to move stuff. So, okay, so these two are now talking to each other. So, in an earlier stream... All right, let me pull this up. That's not the terminal pull up. That's not the terminal pull up. That's the terminal pull up. I was experimenting with something called JNOS, which is the J network operating system. It's a direct descendant of Phil Karn's KAQ9, which was the original TCP/IP stack for the IBM PC, because that is how you got on the internet in 1980s. Because up until it was 91 or 93, the internet was explicitly non-commercial. It was still part of ARPANET. Yeah. Yeah, which is why I think when I edit it together, it might make an interesting video. Because I don't like making generalisms about this, but amateur radio YouTube, I don't know how to describe it. Like a lot of it is basically just reiterating what comes out of the various manuals. Like it's a shocking amount of copy and paste in a hobby that is disturbingly pay to win that it shouldn't be. Like radio has not had a happy 2 decades. I mean, a lot of it was getting supplanted by the internet. On top of that, it's not been happy. Whether it's getting better or not is a matter of opinion. So JNOS is essentially it's essentially a full userland operating system, because if I run ipconfig on this, we can actually see that it has its own IP. And hold on, I've got a stuck transmit. Oh, why are you doing that? Hold on, let me make a transmission to be safe. KD2 JRT testing. Just to make sure the FCC does not, I'm meeting FCC regs. Okay. Oh, I see what's happening. So this is one of the problems of operating with Vox. I also noticed that, and I didn't realize this before, presumably this will show up on camera. I had the transmit CT CSS tone on. Yeah, okay, let me turn that off. So half the problem is getting all the settings working. All right, let me try Vox 2, because I have the volume on this pretty loud. I also know that this setup... Now I'll see, it's picking... Yeah. Something's feedbacking on itself. Hold on. So this is one of the reasons why you should push to talk is superior, but I actually want to demonstrate why, the specific issue, why I decided to order something to try and fix this problem. Because I really just don't enjoy homebrewing with radios all that much. It's something I will get back into, but having homebrewed multiple antennas... Hold on.
Menu. Lock. Confirm.
Problem solved. Let's not have a hot mic here. All right. So that's listening to there. And you're listening there. I think I had an audio ground loop of some sort going on. I think that's enough to prove that there's a problem here. Like, now, hold on. Let's see if it can actually recreate the original problem. Okay. So Vox on. Okay. Is that... Yeah, okay. That's why Vox mode sucks. So let's see if the magic doohickey does what it says it does. That's this. Let me make sure I have that in frame. All right, hold on. I need to make sure I have... Here we go. Yeah, so this is the Easy Digi by KF5INZ. Um, it wasn't quite what I was expecting, although it actually has the Kingston audio port directly on it. I was thinking it was going to have a TRSS port so I could plug in the standard data cable. Which is kind of a plus and a minus. In theory, Vox mode should work on the base station because it's a much better radio. This, in theory, let's see here. I have audio to PC and then USB. So I guess I just want to plug in USB. I don't know. I haven't tried this thing before. So let's see here. What shows up? Nothing shows up. It probably requires a script. It did come with a little CD. Like, it did come with a little CD, but at this moment, this is frustrating. Okay, hold on. I was assuming it was going to show up as a USB sound device, but maybe that's not how this works. I'm assuming then this cable has to go into USB sound device like so. I'm assuming that this needs to then do a push to talk thing. I'm assuming we have like something on dmessage now. Let's see here, because if that's how this works. Oh, right, you have to do sudo for that these days. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so there's a FT-Digi USB serial diverter detected. See, the problem is it came with a mini CD. I have absolutely no way of reading it, so we're going to have to kind of spitball this. Oh, wow, there's a lot of people in chat. Okay. Best wishes, yeah. All right, so presumably there is button to make thing go work. So Easy Digi Linux. When in doubt, PTT. Okay, so I basically just need to put that directly into the direwolf config file. So if that's how this, oh, let me make sure this is actually on top. Just to show what I had already done. Yeah, you can see here it's a serial device. So I'm assuming I have a, yeah, so I do now have a USB 0. So let me go to handheld.config. Let's actually, we'll leave that on because that's a good way to know if we have this correct. So push to talk / TTY USB 0 DTR P, like this. I have new data cables for the rig, so for the base rig. So in theory, I may be able to also do rig control with that as well. I don't know yet. Like this is kind of a learning experience for me. Okay, so with that said, let's turn radio back on and let's turn Vox off and see if anything happens. Okay, so Vox is now off. Vox is now off. Let me start Direwolf. Okay. permission denied on opening the channel. That's fine. Let me run it as root. Right, it doesn't want to run as root. If I want to add a user to a group, I would have to log out to make that. Yeah, it's here. Wow, I've completely forgotten my Linux system administration. Okay, it's sudo usermod dial out kd2drt. And then I should also add it to audio. And then what I can do for the moment, that's the wrong user account, is that's a really bad kludgeon. Okay, let's not run this as root. Okay, well, it says, I have absolutely no idea if this is going to work. We'll see if the Morse beacon fires. I probably should do something a little bit more proactive than that. I could bleep out an APRS packet. What's the easiest way to do that? Ham radio. There we go, Xaster. Okay. I heard the radio key up. Yeah, the radio's keying up, but nothing's coming out. That could be one of quite a few problems. Okay, let's take a look here. So Direwolf is, where is this playing out audio to? Output devices. Oh, right. You know what? It would entirely help if this was plugged in. That would like be a massive benefactor if the USB sound device was actually plugged into the computer. All right, let's move Direwolf to there. All right, let's see if we can blip out packet. Okay, chat, that actually worked exactly as advertised. The radio keyed up and went off exactly as is. Let me see if it hears it the other way. I might have to open Squelch. But that is actually quite promising. Let me transmit now. Okay, so that didn't hear it. I think the power saver option is on. Trying to actually, one of the biggest problems with, let's see here, TDR, beep. Yeah, let me turn battery saver off. It's probably going to do really bad things to this handheld, but... Okay, all right. Let's see if that actually works. I'm definitely hearing a little bit of spurious transmission. we not being heard? Okay, yeah, it does not seem to be being heard. So recording. Oh yeah, that would do it. It needs to listen to that input. Okay, let's try that again. Still no. How high is the volume? Volume is... Oh, you know what? Maybe it should be lower. All right, so it's still not hearing it. You're listening to it there. Yeah, it looks like it's clipping too high. Input devices... It's the input device. Let me restart Direwolf because sometimes it can, sometimes when the audio system changes, it can get into an unhappy state. Okay, analog output. It's listening to the adapter there. Let me take a look and make sure how I look on stream. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Microphone in. All right, let me try transmit. See if we can get decode. The answer is, I think I'm going to have to open the squelch, which I don't really want to do because it does bad things to the power, but it's probably, for what we're doing, is probably the right move. All right, so... All right, squelch. All right, so now, if it doesn't hear now, then there's something more seriously wrong. That's the Morse beacon. So it's transmitting. Hold on. Okay, so there's the packet. Okay. I've turned the volume up all the way, which sometimes is a problem with these radios that you have to do that. Like, I've considered just buying a Kenwood handheld, and there are radios with a Bluetooth TNC built into them. So that may be an investment I make. All right, let's see here. Transmit. Nothing. So we know that we can see we're hearing audio because if I adjust the volume like that, yeah, the levels change. So it is hearing something. So let me try keeping it. Let me trying keeping it about half volume. Because I know when I use the cable without this box, I have to have it really high to make it work. Okay, so that looks like it was overloading and clipping. So maybe I need to keep it about as low as it will go. Like, let's try right about there. Yeah, nothing. Okay, so you're listening. So Direwolf is listening to this in the right place. Playback is where it should be. Pulse your sound. Let's see here. I'm just keeping an eye on chat. The sample rate looks correct. Maybe the sample rate? I mean, it's the same USB device as before. So why isn't it decoding? Because technically, the Easy Digi should just be passing through the inbound audio. Now, I have a second method that I can work with the SDR. Oh, there we go. Okay, wow, that is... Okay. All right, so that time the station actually did hear itself. It heard... it heard the base station. So they are... The two stations are, in fact, hearing each other. Or, well, actually, hold on. Let me confirm that. Let me bleep a packet out of this and make sure the Yatsu hears it. Oh, I was concerned about that. Yeah, so even with push to talk, it doesn't get off squelch. I was concerned that this was not going to be a solution for this, that I was actually going to have to get a different radio. Now, the Easy Digi should work with anything that has a Kingston slot, but let's see if we can find a setup that makes it work. Because realistically, part of the problem is... oh, wait, hold on. You may have lost your interface control. Yeah, okay, hold on. Wait. Before... Wow, and before I blame the product, blame the operator first. That sounded like a packet coming out. Did it actually decode? Hold on. Like, did you actually just hear that, like, right this second? Where is my dial session? So packet go out, but you didn't actually decode it, did you? That time you did. Okay. So I'm not convinced that this is going to solve the problem because I'm a little worried that now the base station is going to have the same issue. One of the biggest problems with packet radio is that it doesn't actually require it, but it kind of assumes that it's a full duplex communication. So every time I've looked at doing this before, it's always seemed like absolute black art to get this to work because it is incredibly poorly documented. It's one of the worst. And that's a real thing in amateur radio. You are basically assumed that you are smart. I don't want to say you must be this smart, but as I said, the hobby has problems. All right, so in theory, if I now run JNOS on the other one, they should, in theory, be able to talk to each other. Let's see if that theory is, in fact, practice. If not, I'm going to have to fiddle. We're going to have to fiddle the setup. All right, so oh, that's right. I'm going to have to run this as root because this is software that has strong emotions tied to it. It's not a way I want to run it permanently, and but for testing, this is fine. So, hold on. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize when you're using screen mode like that, it didn't change. Oh, that's a neat thing. Okay, so we're in the JNOS operating system. So that's going to blow up if I try it with those settings because it's going to try and route IP packets, I think. Well, it'll do AX25, but as a precaution, this should probably be 0.3. So this the Chromebook, which is I can make a little bit more pointing the right way. All right, let's see if it works. I heard it dial out. What's going on here? This is what it was doing last time. Yeah, it's not even hearing it. The bass is on the right frequency. Um... Okay, chat. Well, that's an interesting case of what's broken. Transmit timing error. Yeah, it's trying. So this is trying to start the session, and the other one's not hearing it. Okay, so why is the other one not hearing it? Is it just not caring? Or is there like a config issue somewhere? Because it's not even decoding. K2JRT14. New Yoshi Studio, thank you for the subscription. I, however, should really move the stream trackers. I gotta move where that box is. Okay, that is solved. Okay, so what the hell is going on here? Yeah, and then this is still trying. How do I make it stop? Maybe it's break. Do I have a break key? I should have a break key. I have a pause key, which is brightness on this MacBook. I just opened system settings with Alt pause. Yeah, it doesn't help that I'm actually on a MacBook, so I don't know if I can send the magical key press it wants. Yeah, nope. I'm going to have to kill it. Nope. I killed it, and it's still... All right, let me kill 9 it. I gotta read the mat. Hold on. Let me look at the mat. Let me hit help. Help. Top level commands. Like, if I want to break a session, what do I do? I'm assuming there must be some sort of windowing system. Like, I've never used this software before. I found very little in terms of documentation on it. Control T is the default. Okay, so it's Control T. Okay, so connect direwolf, K2JRT. Let me try the base call sign, because that's what direwolf itself should be trying to talk to. Yeah, but it doesn't even decode. Like, am I actually going to need to use a full duplex connection for this? I assume not. Like, if that is what you actually require, that's kind of obnoxious. KD2J or T audio level. Oh, wait a minute. I just had an idea. Hold on. Maybe the call sign has to be the same between all points because the call sign can be encoded in Direwolf, and Direwolf has to know part of how the magic juju juice works. That is my technical explanation, and we're going with it. All right, let me Control C this. Yatsu. Because ultimately speaking, when you're doing APRS, the AX25 magic doesn't completely matter. So let me put that in there, and then let's put that in there. And then let's restart the BBS, because now that Direwolf has restarted, it needs to be restarted. All right, now let's get back on here. Chat, I'm trying Control T, and it's a lie. All right, let's... It's about to make another attempt in 30 seconds, so you know what? I'm just going to kill it. It did say help connect. There's the Morse beacon. Default escape character is Control T. Like, I mean, this is a full operating system. I don't know if you can more here. Like, I'm going to be spending a while figuring out how this all works. The escape character returns to the JNOS prompt and functions the same as F10. All right, so let's try this. KD2J or T14. Nothing. All right, is it even trying to decode? From 15 to 14. So it does try to decode. You know what? There might be more here that I haven't quite figured out. Maybe I didn't need the easy Digi, although it probably will give me much better results. Let me make sure I can connect to it over TCP/IP. The pi, the two. Okay, let's try this. F10. Oh, chat, that actually works. So, in theory, you should. Yeah, you have a route. Do you have an actual route to the outside world? Like, can you actually, like, can I ask you to ping out? Like, can you find it. You cannot find that. Okay, that's kind of annoying. That's actually kind of a problem because I would actually have to do quite a bit of networking to get this to work. The way that everything is set up, because I've actually requested IP space from 44net to solve this issue, but right now, the way everything is set up, it's going to have a really bad time trying to get everything to talk to each other. Because ultimately speaking, JNOS is connected to a ton device. It's basically running a TCP/IP stack in user land. I should be able to connect to it from Telnet. You know what? I'm just going to install command not found because I'm getting tired of this joke. Like, I know it's a waste of disk space, but screw it. I am legitimately tired of playing find the command. I gotta say that this actual setup is quite nice for me, although, like I said, you know, if I can get the terminal to be dark, I think it would look a lot better on stream. Let me see if I can do that. I should... Like, a dark terminal should be entirely within my powers. Oh, that looks much better on camera. I wish I thought of that before. Oh, that is winning, chat. That is absolutely winning. The problem is that Direwolf does bad things to terminal colors, but there is a way to turn that off. Also, it wants to install updates, and I probably will let it. Right, I run all that command and nothing happens. I think it's iNet utilities. It's like iNet utility, yeah. Oh, you know what I just realized we missed? I'm pissed at myself. If I had thought of it, we could have catched W1AW's broadcast. Actually, you know, they're probably still going. Hold on. No, you know what? I'd have to do that with a WebSDR. Now, let's stay on topic for this right now. I've made my, like, I'll come back to that. One thing at a time. All right. So that's now set up. So now, can I actually telnet into this thing? No. 3.2. Yes. All right, so I might actually have to do some, like, setup work. Oh, here we go. So this is how you start specified server. Oh, hold on. I'm on the wrong... let me fix the view. So I found the start command. Those are services. I don't know what I have to turn on. I think tip. Let's see here. Starts the mailbox connection. So start tip direwolf. Interface direwolf, not ASP port. So, what's an ASP port? I'm not convinced that I have my radio set up right, but with a push to talk, at least it's less broken. All right, let's look at autoexec.nos. So it starts AX25, it starts Telnet, and it starts SMTP. Let's see, running in custom mode. So what's it's using it as an actual port? So attach. So presumably there's some sort of handshake that this should be doing that it isn't. Also, the Pi seems to have lost its internet connection. So what is coming here? It's called SABM command. So I am actually looking at the set asynchronous balanced mode command. The TNC confirms reception and acceptance of an SABM command by sending a UA response frame at earliest opportunity. If the TNC is not capable of accepting a SABM command, it responds with a DM frame if possible. That semi-implies that... Okay, so that might imply that I need to do something with Direwolf. Let me pull up Direwolf's other manual on the other screen, because at this point, I think I'm at the point where I might want to take a break. Also, it is 1,000,000 degrees in here. Let there be air conditioning. All right, where did I put the user manual? Where did the user manual go? There it is. Okay. I'm reading it on the other screen, so forgive me for not seeing here. Network KISS clients. KISS is a code for APRS if you want to get... KISS is adequate for APRS, which only uses AGWPE. So, 1,000,000 degrees. 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 1,0 I think there's I think I have a more deeper interface problem here. So I had to apply to patch to JNOS to get this far. Um, in most cases, Direwolf can be used as a drop-in replacement for AGWPE. And I had to do a patch job, if I remember correctly. You know what? That's the wrong set of windows. 'JNOS can now attach to multiple AGWPE Direwolf modems, plus additional KISS ports, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so... 2023 correction. We're not sure now if Direwolf or software modems actually implement the additional KISS ports like it's done in Qt Sound Modem, but stay as is, just in case. There's no harm leaving it in. So this is talking about Qt Sound Modem. I've never even heard of that software, so let's take a look. It's a multi-platform. I'm just reading what this sound modem is because I want to see what the alternatives here are. Like, I don't know if I have the config wrong or something. It's... I couldn't find any any versions of what an official config looks like, because it seems like most of the people who do this, I actually know that call sign, W2MH. That's one of the towers around here that I'm hearing from. I wish I knew the guy. SNMP, like, is Direwolf mentioned anywhere else in this file? Like, do I also need the KISS line? I might need that. Let me see what chat's saying right now. I think I'm, we're at the hour mark. Well, let me try the KISS. Let me try the KISS interface. Let's rule out. Let's see if let's see if it makes a difference. I have my feeling that it's not going to, but I should rule it out. So now it says connection direwolf does not exist. Oh, well, you know, it would help if it's the right port. That would actually make a difference. Because I'm assuming these two should be basically the same thing. Input line does not exist. Okay, so it doesn't like that. I think I did find a configuration file in my... Yeah, here it is. Like, an example config of what this actually would look like. Rig control. So let me look at the, so what does the Pi's config say it's currently running? Because obviously something is not happy. You know, let's try and just go the other way. Like, let's just completely confirm that. Like, let me see if I can go from the base to the handheld, just to see if it does, if I get any more insight. Because I have that distinct feeling I'm going to be filling up this for a while. So if we go from the Pi and we tell it to connect to 14, do we even see anything over here? Why is that? Oh, that key collision. Hold on. Display advanced shortcuts. Because I'm trying to type F10, and it's being interpreted by something else. Here we go. There we go. F10. Like, I don't even see the... hold on. Like, I'm literally watching the radio, and I don't even see it turn on. The problem is that the, alright, so I suspect that there's a plumbing issue over here. Let me get Pavel control running. Because right now I'm looking at it on the Pi, and I'm not getting anywhere. I mean, I might actually have to, like, go down really deep into the plumbing to get this to work. Alright, so you're listening to this. Let me put it on playback. Are we actually making noise when I send the connect command? Okay, so apparently disconnect is not the way I make the port thing reset. I'm going to have to figure out the right way to do that. So direwolf. Yeah, okay, so it's not even actually getting out. I don't think, hold on. Are you able to talk to, like, the Pi? So 3.1. All right, something is a bit screwed with the network stack over here. So let's. So you can ping over that. It tries to telnet, but nothing actually seems to get out. Like, if we ping over... I'm currently working on the Pi, so... That pings... Well, I see one mistake already. Is that on the Pi, the configuration looks wrong. Yeah, no, okay, so the Pi is... It's talking to Direwolf on 3.1. So when we start JNOS up, do we actually see it... Do we get a message from Direwolf that it's running? The answer appears to be no. So let me Control-C that. See, don't I have a no iGate version of this file? I was setting that up, but I never actually did it. Okay, ready to accept 8,000... Oh, wait, hold on. I have to close Xaster. Because it can only handle one application at a time. I'm pretty sure the two are fighting over it. Like, if I go to interface control, stop. Okay. So now, when this starts up, do you actually connect? No, apparently you do not. KD2 KRT 14. I see absolutely no signs of life. Sure, I'm going to be kind of pissed if why this didn't work before was because of my own incompetence. Alright. So there is a patch here. Oh, you know what might need to be enabled? Syscontrol P net IP4 IP forward. Or is it /A IP forward? Nope, that's set to 1. So Direwolf is listening. Yeah, it's listening on all ports, 8,000. So do I have IP tables running? No. Nope. Packet radio is, so to catch up I'm going to take a break here. So the current plan is to use this little handheld radio, which is a 2-meter FM radio. Right now, I'm just trying to go across the room. But in theory, with that type of handheld radio, I can get a range of, with the right antenna, 50 miles is actually doable, although realistically, it's probably about half of that at 5 watts. And when if you do it on HF, the range goes to thousands of miles. Packet radio was essentially the birthplace. It was where TCP/IP was originally created and used. And what's happening right now, I bought this little box called a Easy Digi to be able to use the push-to-talk mode on the Baofeng radio. Because it has a problem with hanging Vox. I thought the problem was that this was transmitting a frame, the base station was transmitting a reply, and then it was hanging, but that doesn't appear to be it. Like, I try and transmit something from JNOS here, and absolutely nothing comes out. But you know what? Let me close down Xaster. I feel a little bad doing this because, you know, it's uptime 6 days, but, like, whatever. So why can't you connect to the internet? Because you're talking to the LAN, so you can talk... You can't talk to the LAN. Okay, how are you talking to my computer then? say fuck. You know, I'm going to turn the Pi vision off, and I'm going to look at the configs, because something here doesn't make sense. Something here is, like, actually kaput. And I just don't want to have to think about leaking a password right now. 3110. Oh, is the prefix overlapping? 255, 255. No, you have a route. Netmask 255, 255, 255, 255. Transit packets. So yeah, it hasn't actually received anything over that. On the... I don't know if it's DNS. On over here, what is it doing on the Chromebook? Well, actually, I just immediately saw it has send receive, although I have that feeling now that I've just done that. Is it IP stat? Yeah, it's IP stat. So hold on, let me bring JNOS back up. And we can telnet into it. Okay, so an IP stat, we see that we have bytes coming in and out. So that's working here. It's not working on the Pi for some reason. Or at least it doesn't seem to be working on the Pi. So let me bring the Pi back. So I assume I don't have Direwolf running. Oh, do I have multiple? I think I have multiple instances of Direwolf running. Because I just... It says it's running. Hold on. I killed something and all the windows went away. Okay then. Alright, so I guess we're going to cold start Direwolf. That was not what I meant when I said I wanted to cold start Direwolf. I want to just open this. Execute, please. Okay, alright, so that's JNOS running. J network operating system. So if we create a new tab, apparently IP stats, like didn't I... Okay, there we go. Ton 0. So it's up it's running point to point. So if I do this, I end up on myself. I do that, I end up on JNOS. So the route is working. So if I do connect K2JRT14, I don't even see it trying to connect, chat. Oh, I just realized the Pi. Oh, hold on. I just realized the vision on the Pi has been frozen. Because the stream from the Pi got killed when I accidentally killed all the windows. All right, Pi Vision should be updating here in a moment. I am right and properly stumped at the moment because I don't know what could be going wrong. Because it almost seems to me that the Pi is not talking to the modem, which is software. But we never see the message in Direwolf that it's successfully connected. You know what? Let me do pause 1 right here. Connect Direwolf. 0.3. Like, if I do that, like, if I actually just telnet to that, does Direwolf magically... I'm assuming it's going to tell me client application. Yeah, ready to accept client application, because that's not what we've been seeing before. Let me switch the views around just so you can see Pi Vision better. So it brings up the route. It says connect to Direwolf at 192.168.3.1 8000, which is valid. And then never actually seems to do anything with it, because over here, yeah, we see ready. Yeah, we see it ready to accept. You know what? I should make sure that's working the way it's supposed to before I say otherwise. Okay, so all right, so I'm currently doing some testing on the Pi. Okay, so escape. Oh, good. So escape 0 actually does end the session. Okay. So exit. Okay, so it's ready to accept application. It accepts KISS connection on TCP/IP connection, and then connect direwolf KD2 JRT14. I don't see anything key up. Oh, but the config may not be completely right. Because that's talking to the wrong port, because we were experimenting with this. Yep, that's not gonna work. Okay. Okay, so that's requesting keyboard mode change. It's requesting a synchronous connection. Okay, so now if we look at the Pi, we see absolutely no decodes. (15 to 14). Like, we're hearing it because it's getting relayed on the stream. Let me open the squelch on the radio and see if it decodes then. Because he'll try again in a moment. Let's see. Actually, no, that timeout's getting pretty high. So let's interrupt that and try again. All right. So if this works the way, so F10, escape 0, and I still haven't actually figured out how you close a session here. Oh, maybe it's just close one. Well, that made noise. Still no decodes. Okay, let me close the squelch and turn the volume up. I am... We were getting decodes before, but it wasn't seemingly doing anything. Well, that was a lot louder, but nothing decoding. All right, so what is Direwolf actually listening to? Okay, so you are listening to it. I mean, I'm seeing the bars go up. Maybe the line levels coming out are too high or too low? Alright, let me let it run through the seconds to the next one, because then I can watch the levels. Yeah, that might actually be clipping. Like, because this is a different sound interface that I'm used to using. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Well, hold on. I mean, we're hearing it, but I should probably have the handheld to hear if there's a conversation happening or trying to happen. All right, so absolutely nothing. All right, hold on. Let me. Hold on. That window is actually important, so let me just drag that over there so it's out of the frame. Well, that sounded a little different. Oh yeah, no, an APRS packet actually made it out. Um, so the question now becomes, why is the other one not responding to this? Is it because there's nothing at the terminal? Like, I can't even get audio out of the base. I could put the handheld on the Pi as a debugging step, but I don't even... Yeah, like, see, we're not even hearing audio come out, which implies the problem's over here. There was a patch available for JNOS to make it slightly less garbage. Okay, so I don't have the patch I don't have the patch there. Do I have the patch here? No, and this is an old patch anyway, just looking at it right now. Okay, chat, I think I'm going to take a break. All right, chat, I'm going to take a break for the next, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to actually put the AFK screen up. I'm going to stretch my legs for a bit. I'll put the APRS packets on air for the local area. Because I got to think about this. I don't know what's wrong. It could be a radio problem. It could be an interface problem. It could be one of several things. I just realized you're not going to be able to hear that. All right. I'm going to take a break, and I'll see if I can come up with an idea. I think I'm going to actually cook myself something. Like, it might be, like, I'm sitting here kind of pacing in my apartment thinking about it. It might be a problem with the framing. It might be a problem with quite a few other things. Yeah, I just gotta take a break on this. I have to think about it. I am gonna overload the volume on that. Like, I'm sitting here right now. I've seen this sort of weird behavior with ton-tap devices in the past on Linux, where they sort of come up but not actually. Maybe I just need to reboot the Pi. I'm going to make myself a quesadilla, and then we'll get back to it. Yeah. Okay. I've got things cooking on the stove right now. I actually had a bunch of mushrooms left over from lunch. The more I think about, the more I think there's got to be a packet routing problem. For some reason, like there's no message that JNOS is not able to connect to Direwolf. That message, that lack of message, has to be explained. So that's what we're going with next after I finish cooking. All right. I got something to show you all. Since I actually have the camera out, I have a freshly made quesadilla off the stove. Which reminds me, I need to confirm the stove is actually off. Okay. So, the more I think about it, the fact that we're not getting the AGW message from Direwolf on the Pi tells me that's what I need to figure out next. I just not sure how I'm going to go about doing that. But right now, my first priority is this quesadilla. The speed you can get over packet radio is 1200 baud, is basically the default for 2 meters. Realistically, you can sometimes get 9600, and with digital modes, you can go a fair bit faster. The biggest limiting factor was that the FCC had fairly strict rules on how fast you could transmit data on any band. I believe it was either 33 or 70 centimeters was the cutoff. Those rules went to the shadow zone relatively recently. Oh, this represents much happiness. like, I'm pretty sure I had this working before. It's just... In both cases, it's a custom compiled version of Direwolf from their get, so there shouldn't be that much different between the two. But we're not even seeing a debug decode. I gotta tell you, when you really run into a problem, stopping to eat something is a good way to actually debug it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the right option is to reboot the Pi. When was the last time I rebooted this Pi? 9 days ago. Alright, let's just reboot the Pi. Alright, the Pi goes bye-bye. I feel so much better right now. So the Pi is rebooting. So okay, there we go. So that's fully restarted. Let me switch the radio back to the local frequency. Because I can actually see that Direwolf started right up, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. The screen share didn't, because that one is currently still a manual process. I probably should make it a less manual process. Okay. Alright, so that... Yeah, okay, now we have screen capture going. Alright, so that time it said it accepted connection. So let me try connect Direwolf, KD2, JRT, 15. Well, that was different. Okay, so that time, we actually got different behavior that time. Hold on. The Pi sent the SABM command, and we got a UA response. It's talking about something. I'm not actually sure. Or is it actually, does it have a connection? Hold on, maybe it has a connection. F10. I mean, that seems to imply it's connected. Yes, AX25 session connected to K82JRT15. Okay, so now what do I do? Um... So I do have a connection. Can I, like... Let's see our session. Yeah, so we have an AX25 connection to KD2JRT15, although it says it's in state recovery. I guess it hasn't received any packets. All right, let me reset one. And that time we saw messages saying that disconnected. So let me try it from this side. So we get connection pending here. And we get no decodes. So it's less broken? I don't know. So that one says session, so I'm looking at the Pi, and it says that we have the session like that. I look over here, and it says connection pending. And you're trying to send SABM commands, but they're not decoding. You know, the transmit delay may need to be higher. Or it may actually have to be lower. So I just adjusted the transmit delay. Well, that actually sounded better. Like, that actually does sound better. Because it's not hanging like it was before. You know what? I think I have to transmit on higher power. No, we are on high power. Box is off. We're wide. Alright, at this point I'm confused. So, it's not decoding on the Yatsu base. This could be a squelch problem. I mean, I'd be surprised, but actually maybe not. Let's just have the squelch basically as low as open as low as it will go. And let's see if we can get any decodes. See, we're getting this transmit timing error. PTT is on for too long. What does this mean? I'm currently looking through Direwolf's config file, or through their settings. PTT1. All right, let's try putting it with the debug option. Also, I somehow managed to disconnect from screen. I don't know how I did that. Okay, here it is. Alright. So, if I put DO, it should show me PTT being turned on and off as JNOS tries to connect. Okay, so we go here. Oh, and that actually crashed it because I killed Direwolf out from under it. So, kill all. So let's restart. So it turns on, transmits, turns off, which I can see from the PTT turning on and off. Like what? Do I just have to add a TX delay? Like, PTT is on for milliseconds for too long. Let's see here. Direwolf. I think I'm going to have to look at the source code for this one. PTT is on... Let's take a look at the source code of Direwolf, because that should be here. So the error is... Looks like a bug with the Raspberry Pi audio systems. What, is this some accursed error that only happens on a Raspberry Pi? Wait, but this isn't a Raspberry Pi. This is a Chromebook. I think this is just a garbage error. I like... Okay, so it queues multiple AX25 frames in a row to transmit them. But it doesn't explain why we're not getting a decode. Where's my other handheld? I want to hear what's actually going over the air. Let me close the squelch.
Frequency mode.
Ooh, that was loud. I mean, that sounds right. I mean, the push to talk works, but obviously it's not decoding. Or at least it's not decoding reliably. I'm just looking at the Pi just to see if it's all happy sunshine, because I don't understand why this isn't decoding. K2JRT14, full duplex. It's listening to pulse, blah, 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 blah. so now connected to iGate. I probably should disable that. Yeah, actually, I think I will. Just need to be careful not to accidentally put that password in there. Alright. So that should give me a lot less clutter. So when this tries again, like, do we start getting decodes? No, of course not. Do we even hear anything on the audio device for the Pi? It does rise and open, but it doesn't decode. And granted, this is the first time I've ever tried to do packet with this setup. Okay, no, so the receive light on the rig is lighting up. So if I have the squelch open. So it sends transmission, and we get absolutely no decodes from Direwolf. I can see in the volume control, it seems to be okay. What's the next 6 seconds? I mean, maybe I have to transmit the packet louder. That might... Actually, that may be why it's not decoding. The packet might need to be louder. Alright. This might be loud. Let's try that again. So connect Direwolf, KD2, JRT, 14. Does that help at all? Okay, so that time I actually saw a decode that time. So that did actually help to an extent. Because if we now look on the Pi, let me move the window so where you can see it. Yeah, it said K2 JRT 15 to 14 SABM command. But it's not sending the... well, I don't have JNOS running, so that actually makes sense. So maybe I just need to turn the volume... Analog output... Direwolf is basically full blast volume. Let me try going past 100%. It may simply just not be loud enough. Yeah, no luck with that decode. Okay. Let me adjust the transit delay, TX delay. Maybe it's too short. Oh, that's going to do bad things there. Alright, let's try a 50-second TX delay. Start up Direwolf. Start JNOS. That did not work as planned. Because I did not see that connect. So exit, yes. I assume once you get it all working, this is probably a less janky stack, but it really feels like, I mean, let's be honest, this is an old... Oh, okay, so that time the packet went out. That transmitted out. Did that decode? I feel like this is a volume error problem. Alright, I'm going to disable the Pi's feed onto YouTube because this might be deafening otherwise. And let me adjust the audio level some more. So that's the squelch closed. Alright, so if I go on the Pi... Yeah, because it's still not decoding. Let me increase the input device volume. Seems to be doing something. I had that horrible feeling that even with the easy Digi, it's just not responding. Well, like, I don't understand why this isn't decoding. Like, it's decoding sometimes, but not always. Let me look more at the Direwolf settings. Okay, hold on. There is TX tail, TX delay, Persist, dewait. Transmit timing is determined by 6 priorities, which can be changed. Push to talk, AX25 frame, tail. Alright, so if that's the case, let's try increasing the TX tail. Because that sounds like the most probable problem we could be having. Alright, so let's just stop you. TX tail. Let's give that like 30. And we'll put the TX delay at 30. Let's see if that's enough to make it happy. Oh, chat, that sounded different. That almost sounded like, oh, I don't know, a handshake? Okay, audio level's too high. Yeah, chat, I think that fixed it. I think that completely fixed it. Yeah, look, chat, it's actually decoding now. Okay, so that means if I run JNOS on the Pi... Okay, so now there should be something for the Chromebook to talk to. Alright, it's going to try again in 10 seconds. AX25 session connected 1 to KD2 JRT14. Chat, we have a connection. It be talking. I have absolutely no idea how to use it from here, but it be talking. Okay, so now that we've done that, does that mean I can, like... so if I do mbox, can I do write KD2 JRT 14 test transmission? Nope, that only does it. Okay, so that's not what I need. So, there's converse. That's the conference bridge, which I don't think is what I want. I think I just want a mailbox. Okay, so this is all the... So, JNOS is, like, basically a full operating system. So, yeah. I mean, it actually does work on 8088s. Or, well, its predecessor did. I probably could get it working. So, if I actually want to, like, talk to messages... Is it tip? Nope. I think tip is for dial-in. Do I have FTP? Like, can I do FTP K2 JRT 14? Okay, so that is unknown host there. You know what? Hold on. IP config direwolf 192.168. 4. Let me change the IP, because we might actually be routing IP. Like, that might be an actual valid route. For it to work under Linux, I would have to do like a whole bunch of jump through hoops. So that would be 4. Yeah, the reason I say this is 4 is that then 3 should be... Chat, that's cool. Actually hearing that work, that's cool. Oh, let me turn the Pi audio on, because you'll be able to hear that. Pi audio. Enable. So F10, disconnect 1. Alright. So let me make sure the audio actually works. So that's a connect audio. Alright, so connect. Okay, we have connection. Well, no, I didn't connect that time. Try again. Oh, something broke. It is decoding, it just seems to be stuck in a bad state. Hey, there it goes. Alright, that time it succeeded. It just took a few tries. Cool. That is... Alright, so... I have config. I think if I change the net mask for direwolf, I would be able to... Like, if I try free... Yeah, it can't resolve that. No, it should actually create a network interface, talks to Linux, box, blah, 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 talk to the internet, talk to... No, see, that should be 255. I'm not actually sure how you make packets go places. Local network interface allows us to talk to the Linux box on which JNOS is running and in turn talk to internet. Local DNS is done by the domain.txt file. Yes, this is actually old enough that that's how this used to work. So attach. So that attaches the direwolf interface to us over the TUN link. I think I have to set the, you know what, let me set the IP address to 4.1. Didn't connect that time. There we go. So if I do something like 16842, do you go into the void? You kind of do. That was a data transmission. I actually can see here on the Pi some of the packets that are going across. So it is successfully talking. It's just not actually seeming to do all that much. I think figuring out how to make it route packets is going to be its own little project. Is there a way to scroll up? Like, oh, here we go. Chat, that's the terminal to terminal session. Hold on. Okay, so that session is closed. Direwolf, KD2, JRT, 14. It's thinking about it. Assuming that there's a broken connection somewhere, like it hasn't timed out. It's got packets going back and forth, but it doesn't seem like... Yeah, I think the session's in a bad state. Let's just... Here's what we do. We hit this. Let's do a disconnect 1. There's also TTI link, although I assume that's TCP/IP command. Okay, yeah. So there's definitely more you can do with like AX25. I just haven't quite figured out how this all works. Like, okay, so that's info. That's a lot of really complicated stuff. Okay, call sign validator. All stuff basically for running a BBS. All right, let's see if we can connect this time. Doesn't feel like that's decoding again. Are we having new problems here? No, we do get a reply. Are we decoding this reply? I think we're not. We're not. You know, we probably need a TX tail on the Pi. That almost makes sense. that we would need a TX tail on the Pi. So I'm looking at the Pi's config. Yeah, hold on. I need to go to Direwolf. We need TX tail 30. Alright, so now that that's running. Alright, now I just noticed that we have... Oh, hold on. Do we have Direwolf running? I'm assuming... Yes, no, maybe. Alright, so let's Control-C Direwolf. So now that should have that. That should have a BBS running. Okay, so session closed, connect. Session connected. Hey, there we go. That is okay, I figured out. That's how you get the packet BBS to work. It is not a completely reliable mode of communication. Like, what is it beeping? Oh, it's keep alive to keep the session going. Okay, so I want to register. Okay, your current settings are, I mean, is this working the way it's supposed to? I feel like we have some decoding problems. Like, I'm hearing that. That doesn't sound right. What is going on? Okay, you know, I think these are keep alives now that I'm looking at the log. Chat, it's like listening to aliens communicate. I'm watching the decode here on the other end, and it's just like, this is broken. What is going on? So, okay, so on the Pi it says BBS equal 1, so it has one BBS attached. There's one BBS among us. Yes, I just went there. So we have one instance of JNOS running. It says it's connected, so let me put a question mark. So KD2G, so 14, which is chat. I think it's having problems because it needs push to talk. Let's try calling it the other way. Let's try calling in from the Pi to the Chromebook, because I have this feeling I'm going to actually need two of these. I probably should have got... Well, I may not need two. I have cables that might be able to get the rig to change. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need them at this point. Let me disconnect one. Alright, so those are going to hang up. Disconnect pending. Okay, so it's waiting for a timeout. Yeah, I'm getting the distinct feeling it's... It either needs a longer delay or a longer tail. I'm not sure. Let's try longer delay, longer tail before we do anything else. But I actually want to see what the behavior is calling in from the Pi, so let's do that first. Okay, so Pi... Yeah, so you still got JNOS running. So here's the Pi. So connect care direwolf K2 JRT 15. I get DM closed, okay. So it connects and then it boots me out. Oh, right, because the other session is still probably going. Okay. Because, yeah, you're still disconnect pending. Okay, so that resets one. Alright, so let's get on Pi. Okay, so now we have connection established from the Pi. And then we get DM. So why is it closing this session? It's almost like it... Like, do I just have to type register and hope for the best? I mean, I can try that. I mean, these are completely throwaway installs. I'm just trying to see if I can get anything to work. So I send register. Let me look at the terminal and see what's going on. So I'm looking here. It says the audio level's too high. And we see no additional stuff go through. Like, let me go back on the Pi. Because now the Pi says that the station's back in recovery mode, so it's not successfully negotiating this. Like, it's happier, it's still unhappy. I probably need to use the cat control cable at this point. I do have those cables. I have to find them and I have to plug them in. So, I might have to set up hamlib though to make that work, which is like F that noise. I'm not even sure where I put the cables. Oh, it's so close and yet so far away. Alright, so I have learned a couple of things. So you really do kind of seem to need a push-to-talk switch to make this work. Apparently the warning in Direwolf is not scaremongering. It is actually accurate. Now the question is, where did I put all the magic cables that I need to make this work? That's a GPS receiver. I had a little baggie that had the cables in them because I bought replacements and now I don't know what I did with the little baggie. I've got power cables here, I've got a headset here, I have the SDR here. Alright, hold on. What are these? No, these are different cables that I don't need. I know they're here somewhere, chat. I have to find them. Problem is that the apartment is basically a disaster because of the move. That's the CVS bag. Oh, this is probably the sort of thing that I put... Chat, I did the thing where I put it in a safe place and then ... safe place. Alright, let's see here. Box of floppies, a bunch of adapters. I am looking for. I'm still looking for it. Yeah, like I hear it going back and forth, and then it just all kind of falls apart. Probably because it's not. Yeah, let me adjust the transmission tail just to see if it helps. I really do need to find these cables, though. Let me see if adjusting the transmission tail on the Yatsu helps. Although, yeah, it's definitely stuck in a, it's stuck in a mood. Okay. So RR command, transmit error. So I think, let me try adjusting the tail or, yeah, let me see, let me try adjusting the, like, let's try 50 and 50. And let's see if that works. Here's Direwolf. Run Direwolf Yatsu. Alright, so now let's run JNOS. And then let's run it here. I think I'm coming close to needing to take a break again, chat. We're almost there. Alright. So now I got JNOS running on both. So if the Pi calls... So are you not decoding now? Yeah, okay, so maybe you're not decoding, so maybe your volume needs to be higher. Alright. 2, 1. Okay, so the volume did need to be higher. Alright, so I see packets going across. Register. See, I don't know the protocol, so I don't know what this is supposed to look like. Like, I'm seeing a bunch of reject commands. I assume that the timing is off. Because it really doesn't sound like it's changing the way it's supposed to be. Because I see... So, oh, you know what? Maybe the transmit tail on the other one is also too long. Or too short, I should say. Let's try 50. That sounded better than it tended to. I saw the decode work. Alright, you know, it helps if, oh yeah, no, it is running. Alright, you know, it helps if I connect to the right thing, chat. Alright, so that says connected. Okay, alright, so that transmitted that back. So I sent register. Did it decode over here? The answer is no. It says input audio level is too high. So let's try just dropping it all the way down to there and then turn you up. Right, so then it loses the connection. So reset 1. And then we get no decodes. So yeah, so when it tries to transmit an actual packet, it kind of just falls over. Okay, so that's not even being heard anymore. So now it's basically just stopped working. It's quite possible the squelch is being problematic. Well, let me confirm that there's no, like, that is receiving. See, I'm a little, you know what, hold on, let me see here. Can I clear out, reset the VHO? transmit power high. Actually, no, I want that low just because it does bad things to my mouse. Okay, so that's all the tones turned off. So we hear that get transmitted, but it doesn't decode it. So maybe this needs to be back down at base, and this needs to be higher. Alright, you know what? Let me just blast APRS packets at it until it actually starts working. Yeah, because it's not decoding APRS packets either. Of course, that you understand. Right. Yeah, so you're listening to that. And it feels like the audio level just needs to be higher. Like, this is a really good... So that's still not decoding. Put that full volume. I'm a little bit... You know what? Let me give this a Control-C. Let's just clean slate it. Because I don't know why we're not decoding at all now. Okay, yeah. So we're not decoding any packets. Make sure that's turned up. Yeah, we're not decoding anything now. How did I break it? See, one of the biggest problems I've run into... Alright. Let me try that. See, that's not even registering. Yeah, absolutely no decodes. What did I do that made this stop working? It's plugged in there. It's plugged in there. So I am... KD2 JRT testing. just on the offhand chance whoever is possibly listening to this locally, I am at the moment, chat. I am deeply stumped. Like now, somehow I've managed to break it entirely. I feel deeply talented. What? Squelch. Like, let me open the squelch, and we'll use that to adjust the volume level. Oh, interesting. So the volume level doesn't seem to go past a point, which I assume is the signaling, the magic box that I recently bought. It's doing. Okay, so I just learned something about Direwolf. So apparently the way transmit tail, because this stuff, like, I just heard it come out and not come out properly. That's why it helps to have multiple radios when you debug this. Okay, so squelch closed. We're on the right frequency. Helps when we're on the right interface. Okay, so that's connected. Transmit now. Okay, and that decoded. Like, it works a lot better from a base station. That, like, if I'm really going to do this, I'm really beginning to understand the true difficulties. Like, I've done a fair bit of mobile operation in the past, but now I'm really starting to understand the various failure modes I have had. Because I've never had, like, multiple dedicated bases to work from before, and it does make it better. Alright, so let me close JNOS. So now that this is talking to each other again. Right, that's the, hold on, reset one. Yeah, because now we're not hearing anything actually come out.
Frequency mode.
So that's the SB, okay, so that's going to the here. Are you running? Yeah, you are running. But you've crashed because, yeah, I had to restart Direwolf. Okay. Alright, so restart there. And then... So it sent something out. Did it... We send the UA... So the UA frame comes out, but we don't actually hear and decode it. And that could be for a lot of reasons. Let me blast some APRS packets out of the Pi. Let me make sure that this is still working. Okay, yeah, no, that works just fine. But yeah, it sends the command, and then I think we're stomping on ourselves. Hold on. Transmit delay. Yeah, so it says it's setting a UA frame. PTT is on for too long. Which is what you can see here. Actually, you know, this would need to be 14 or 15 because that's technically what this is, I think. That may be part of the problem. I don't think it is, but at this point I can't rule anything out. Okay, so that's got... So let's get back on the Pi, close the terminal session, and now connect. Well, that sounded like a very garbled packet, but that sounded like it actually tried to do something. I think the signal digi is not actually... I don't know if it's actually helping. TX delay, you know, let's make TX delay 1020. Maybe I don't actually need that anymore. Because like I said, now I have the real good fancy interface. Well, that actually connected. But that didn't decode. This is a shockingly fiddly setup. I now really start to see the desire to use dedicated TNC controllers. Yeah, I've had good luck with them on APRS in the past, but I think the thing is that it's the base station that's not hearing it properly. Like, I'm looking at the transmit log here, and we see the packet come out of the Baofeng, and it's not being decoded on the base. So, why are we not decoding it on the base? That's kind of why I am... I mean, it's entirely possible that the Baofeng is basically stepping on it. I mean, that transmit timing error probably has part of the issue. I have absolutely no idea what's causing it. Like, Google has not been kind to me on this one. Yeah, I'm just going to set this to, like, 100, and we'll just see. Yeah, see, that sounded like a very distorted packet. Yeah, the actual problem appears to be... We're just not decoding... I mean, I'm looking at the log right here on the Yatsu. And the Yatsu's not decoding it properly. Either we're, like... If I send the, Of course, X-Aster crashes like that. No, that definitely sounds like a feedback problem. Like, what is causing that? Oh, there it is. There, that'll do it. It's listening to the monitor. Hold on. Yeah, that's not right. Hold on. You don't want to listen to built-in mic. Okay, that was less bad. I mean, that actually sounded like, you know, a packet. And then it goes back to being underwater because it is screwing with the default interface. Of course it is. No, this is the failback. But I bet the volume now goes all the way down. Okay, so that seems less broken. I really feel like I'm starting to lose my mind with this chat. This doesn't feel like... I feel like if I'm going... Like, on the Pi, which has a... just has the USB interface, it feels like it's a lot more reliable. So, let's set transmit tail. This was working, I think, ideally with 30 and 30. Okay, so that came out. And we do have a decode over here. So now, does it all work? Okay, so... Yeah, and again, no more decode, no decodes, or no, we are getting decodes. So we transmit. Oh, JNOS is probably not running. Okay, that would explain that. Yeah, well, it's frozen. It's not. It is actually running. Okay, so yeah, there's JNOS is now actually running. How long until this makes another attempt? 12 seconds. And then we get audio distortion because why? Yeah, so that works. DT is too long. Transmit delay connected. Because like that says it's connected. This says it isn't. Alright, so that decodes. Is JNOS like working? Yes. So 1414. Alright, because this is 15. Okay. Yeah, you know, it really helps when you get the right channel. Alright. 15. Yeah, because right, so 14 sent the SBMA. We got a UA response back. I'm gonna try one more thing. Let me open. I'm gonna open the squelch on the base. Maybe the squelch isn't working right for this. I really feel like I'm going around in circles. All right. So removing the delay entirely. Actually, that seems quite a bit happier. Because I sent the register, I sent a UA command, and then a packet gets lost and doesn't get decoded. Failed to connect after 10 tries. It sent a UA packet. Yeah, so that's sent a DM response, so it's now not decoding. So maybe on this end I need to set the delays to 0. Like, if this actually works, I'm going to be, like, kind of annoyed and also kind of not. Like... You know what? Let me boost the transmit power on the Baofeng. I almost wonder if that's the actual problem. I doubt it, but at this point I can't rule anything out. Transmit power is on high. See, what I'm interested about, what it seems to me is at this point the base station isn't switching from Vox. It's not switching from Vox fast enough. You know, that is almost certainly what's happening. So yeah, I'm going to need PTT to work on both sides. That's happy Georgia. I gotta find these cables. Oh, maybe that's them on the back table. Nope. This is really irritating me, chat. I did buy... Ow! Ow! And that's me kicking the couch by accident. I did buy new cables for use with this project. because my cat control cable was fried. And I cleaned up the other day as part of moving stuff, and now I cannot find it. Maybe they're in the bedroom. It's the only place I can think that I haven't looked yet. I am very, like, kind of expletive right now because I put it in a safe place and I can't find it. Alright, what time are we at? We are at... If I can't find it in the next 20 minutes, I'll wrap up the stream. If... I might do so anyway because I think I'm going to have to set Hamlin to actually get the next part working. I've got a few places I can still look. Chat, Oh wait, what's this? This is a t-shirt. Like, I had literally put it out and on the table so I would not lose it. These are command strips. This is my cable modem. I think we're going to call it here, chat, because at this point, I am frustrated. I have no idea where these cables could possibly be. Yeah, I have a... That's a cable box. I have a bunch of stuff from Yatsu. Oh wait, what's this over here? Nope. Alright, I absolutely have no idea where this could possibly be. It's not there. They're not under my table. It's not with the T. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is a response to push to talk being completely foobarred. We got some bags over here. And nope, that ain't it. Alright, chat. Oh, this might be it. Hold on. That is... the fuck? Digi-rig mobile and cat cables for shielded. Okay, so I did find the cables, but this doesn't look like the right cable for this rig. I think I got screwed over by... Yeah, this doesn't look like the right cable. Here are the cables I have that I bought from Amazon. And see, that this should have been a USB plug on the wrong end, because that's how the cat control works. Okay, this one is probably going back to Amazon. Alright. I'm going to end it here, because I don't think I can go any further. I tried. I'll catch you all later. This is your host, N Commander, signing out. Catching you all next time. Alright.